forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, it turned out to be yet again another gorgeous day across central Illinois. The temperature's up just a little bit more, though, with a few mid-80s. Effingham at 85 degrees, 84 in Decatur, 83 in Champaign. We've got generally clear skies. There have been a few clouds around from time to time today, but lots of sunshine and those warm temperatures. Through the rest of this evening, we'll see calm conditions, readings in the lower 70s. Let's get a little warmer, though, this weekend. We'll show you when we hit the 90s. We'll talk about rain, much-needed rain in the forecast coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
DCFS is proposing changes to foster home requirements. Some are things you'd already think were happening, while others are more controversial. Plus, the new facilities at a county fairground might look like any other bathroom. Why, for new moms, they're more.
Butterflies are a really good species to kind of use as a connection to nature and a connection to biodiversity.
And they're a pretty sight, but in Charleston, that's not all. Why the butterfly capital of Illinois wants your pictures.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
The foster homes need to be as good as they possibly can for the kids that are in the system.
But sometimes they're not. DCFS is trying to make some changes to its rules for foster homes, but some of those rules might surprise you. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. Jennifer's off tonight. Those rules include things like having a working stove and toilet and background checks for everyone in the home for those who are over 18. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting joins us now. So, Courtney, it seems like having a working toilet would be common sense.
Right, Paul, and the answer to that is yes, and for some, no. And they say on rare occasions these rules were broken. But for the most part, they're all part of their best practice standards. These proposed rules include having a working stove, refrigerator, and a sink in the kitchen. They'd also require parents to have a properly functioning toilet, sink, shower, and tub. But there are some that are a little controversial. For example, they would not allow smoking inside the home, and children in the home would have to be vaccinated. Everyone over 18 would also have to undergo a background check. Every agency that places children in foster care abides by state guidelines for those homes. Champaign County CASA leaders say most of them are already following those rules.
Being a foster parent is a pretty extensive process, and being licensed is a very extensive process. So when folks are willing to go through the process, generally they're already well beyond, hopefully, the basic regulations that are in place.
We posted on Facebook and heard from a lot of you, and many of you agreed more checks need to be in place for foster homes and parents. Some of you said parents need training on trauma-informed parenting, attachment, and on-call crisis support. There was also a mixture of comments from viewers about their experiences as foster children. Some commented saying they had great foster homes, and others said they were abused in their foster homes for years. And I spoke to DCFS about these proposed changes, and they said none of them are, quote, radical in comparison to what they're doing now. They plan to work with families to make the necessary changes. They also said, quote, we aren't going to remove a child from a home for a noncompliance that's not safety related. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
It sounds like a lot of common sense and a lot of things that are trying to keep kids safe and healthy. Courtney, thanks. Well, a new Senate bill will provide extra support to young adults aging out of the foster care system. State Senator Robert Peters sponsored the law. It requires some state agencies to provide preventative services, including housing support and education and employment support to those adults. The bill passed with unanimous support. The Logan County Fair has made changes this year to accommodate new moms. It's added a new bathroom facility and inside a private space for nursing mothers. The old bathrooms were built in the 50s. The project costs more than $125,000. It was paid almost in full through donations from the public, the Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital Foundation, and another anonymous donor.
Well, we really are excited, but it's just a testament to the, the generosity of the community. Pretty much every bit of this was paid for by donations, and we're really, really proud of that.
The fairgrounds are also used during the farmers market. That's when part of the new restroom facility will be open. The fair starts on Sunday. Springfield police are investigating after someone was shot late last night. It happened just before midnight near the corner of Lake Victoria Drive and Butler Street. Police say the victim was taken to the hospital and should be okay. They're looking for suspects. If you know anything about what happened, call Springfield Police. Danville police are investigating after a house was shot at last night. It happened near Griggs and Jewel Streets around 10. No one was hit. Neighbors say they found shell casings in the area. Police are still investigating. Clinton police are warning people about counterfeit money circulating in local businesses. They're $100 bills that look real but have some noticeable inconsistencies. If you look closely, you can check the authenticity of counterfeit bills with a marking pen or by checking the watermark. Police are investigating. If you have any information, you're asked to give them a call. We have an update tonight. Governor Pritzker signed a bill today that will make it easier for survivors of sexual assault to come forward when they are ready. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey is live in our Capitol newsroom tonight. So, Cole, what crimes does this bill cover?
Well, Paul, it pretty much covers all forms of sexual assault. With his signature tonight, Governor Pritzker removed the statutes of limitations on these crimes, and he gave a big win to the Me Too movement. Before this bill, a person who was sexually assaulted had to report the crime within 3 years of it happening, or else they couldn't press charges. And even if they reported the crime, the abuser would have to be prosecuted within 10 years of the act happening, or else the case would have been thrown out. Now, it doesn't matter how long it takes for a person to report the crime or how long ago the crime was committed. The new law empowers people to come forward and speak out about past abuses. Those limitations do not go into effect or do not get removed right away here. The bill goes into effect January 1st of 2020. Paul?
All right, cool. Thanks for that update. Now, an airport in central Illinois just got a $3 million grant. How it's using that money to make your flight in and out of Decatur smoother. Plus, the bus was being filled today, but it wasn't with students. Why school supplies were the only thing on board.